And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially in what I would refer to as the holiday season. Because, let's be honest, we talk about Christmas, we talk about Thanksgiving, we talk about Halloween, but with the fact that we have 92 days until this year is over, it's really starting to wind down significantly. You know, the year is winding down, but the holiday season is just beginning. And my goodness, I absolutely adore this time of year. So, happy Monday and happy October 1st, everybody. 92 days until the year is over, and I'm still here. So, actually, I've been meaning to ask you guys something. Would you consider this a New Year's resolution anymore, considering that that me making these videos was, in fact, a New Year's resolution? And now, I just realized that I have a giant cowlick. Yes. This is all about hairstyle today, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, we are now, coming up to we're in the final quarter of the year. And I gotta say, I would think that September ended with spectacular fashion, particularly because my Dallas Cowboys won at the last minute, which worries me. To a great deal, in fact. Because, yeah, we won. And as of right now, we are tied in the division with the Eagles. But it frightens me just exactly what Dallas has to work on in order to, well, obviously, win the division. Because I do believe we can win the division. It's going to be between us and Philadelphia once again, which honestly I really wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, don't get me wrong, you guys all know I loathe the Eagles. But what can you do? Sometimes you gotta climb up the highest mountain to get the best view into heaven. I really have no idea what that saying is. I literally just made that up on the fly. Then again, I make pretty much all these videos on the fly, so I guess it's a gift, maybe? So, yeah. I can't. Oh! Yeah, it's definitely a Monday. Considering the fact that I just yawned like crazy. So, man. It is going to be that time of year because we're coming across, cold and flu season as well. Because, it's starting to get cold outside. Then again, it's been cold where I am the entire time, so. Well, cold where I'm from, so. Yeah, the year is winding down. The secret project I'm working on is winding down. In fact, a lot of things should go back to normal by roughly the 10th or 11th. So just a few days before my uncle gets married. And you can bet there's going to be a lot of video related stuff on that. And I just realized now I got to find a +1. Oh my goodness. To Tinder, I guess? I have no idea. I have to say before I have a Tinder, but Lord knows if I've ever used it. Literally the times I actually looked it up, there's like no matches in my area apparently. Whatever. That's life, I guess. I mean, actually, technically there were matches, but honestly, I know what Tinder really is used for, and yeah, it's not really, kind of not really my style. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the name Tinder, because it sounds like tender, which is what TJ Detweiler on Recess would say a lot. And he would say it in a really cool way. He'd be like, Tinder, which is awesome. Man, Recess was an awesome show. I mean, you guys don't know, I mentioned Recess before. I mean, what did I say? Disney's had made a lot of great animated movies, but they had a lot of really good animated shows. I mean, I get why they had shows like the Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven and unfortunately Hannah Montana, because technically those shows are a lot cheaper and easier to make than anything that's animated. Although it really is safe to say that even the worst animated thing that Disney has done is leaps and bounds ahead of a vast majority of the live action stuff. So yeah, there's that. And I am still debating on what my Halloween costume is going to be. I mean, Pickle Nick is still on the table. Again, I'm very tempted to get my sister-in-law and recreate like that opening scene from that episode. I want to so bad, but I really have no idea how I would do it. Because you guys have known this about me from the very beginning. I cannot edit to save my life. This is all pretty much in one take and obviously one shot with no cutaways, which is awesome because, you know, the best example of something that's awesome that takes place in one shot is the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, which I have put a link in the description before. I'm not going to do that today because there's something else I'd like to put in, but I'll get into that in a few minutes. So, yeah, there's that. What else is there? Um, hmm. Uh, I'm tapping on my phone, like, on the back of my camera, like you know, when you're trying to, like, you're busy kind of laying something, and you tap your thumb, like, that's what I was just doing a second ago. Wow. I can't believe I'm drawing a complete blank here of all times. I don't know, just, it really is a sign of the Mondays. It really is. I mean, I do kind of wish that it was the weekend already, just because the project I'm working on would technically be almost done. But what can you do? I guess that's just the way life works. But on the positive note, at the very least, it's almost done. And after the project is done, I can simply move on. Maybe I'll go into detail as to what it was in the future, but for now, just take my word for it. It's almost done. You know, give it another week and a half, and everything's going to be all said and done. Although, that still doesn't mean I'm not going to stop making videos. Not at all. In fact, I plan on making a lot more than just what I do in the morning. But, you know, first things first. We actually have to get to, you know, the very end of this week before we can decide upon anything. Although I think it's going to be a fun time. I really do. I mean, yeah, I hate, how is it I keep getting like a hair in my mouth? I don't know how that works. It just sort of like floats in the middle of the air and then whoop, in my mouth. No idea how it happens. I mean, I can show you the hair, but it's like so thin that you really wouldn't be able to see it on camera. So, darn it. What was I going to talk about? Oh, right. If you saw last week's episode of the history of Pokemon competitive battling, that I put a link in the description last Monday, you'll notice that Generation 7 was all about taking some of the original 151 Pokemon and giving them in a lowland region form. In fact, I've shown a couple of videos about that already, because they did the same thing with Raichu, they did the same thing with Executor, they did the same thing with Marowak. But there are, by my count, 7 others. Although, after today, it is going to be 6. So I bet the real question you guys are all wondering is, if there's only 6 of them left, what's the one that's this week? Well, I'll give you a clue. For this Pokemon, if you read this Pokemon's Pokedex entry, and you would therefore know how creepy it is, it actually does really coincide with the fact that it is October. That's all I'm going to say. Just know that, yeah, either you guys are really going to like this particular video, or you're not going to like, depending on whether or not you liked this particular Pokemon. But, in the end, it is what it is. Although there was a time when this Pokemon actually dominated the metagame. That was really cool. Just like the fact that we are in October, as of right now, is also really, really cool. But, whatever. It's just one of them things, I guess. And holy cow, I can't believe I'm just drawing a blank as to what's next. I mean, I have work to do today, but I don't want to be outside in the cold. Because it's cold outside, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can all agree to that. I mean, you know you're in fall when in the morning you can go outside and you can actually see your breath. In fact, fun fact, back when I was at Gettysburg College, I would only stop wearing warm clothes when I was in Gettysburg College. I would stop wearing those warm clothes if and only if, on a consistent level, I could actually walk from building to building and not see my breath. Unfortunately, we're in that time of year where it's not going to be the case. So, I guess with the fall, while there are some benefits, there's also a few burdens as well. Such as the bittersweet flavor that is life. But you know what's not bittersweet? These videos that I make. Because these videos are always sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And then I really should probably stop before I do anything ridiculous. So like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You know, I'm always hanging out there a lot. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful we all have a wonderful Monday and a great start to October. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'm always going to have your back. So take care, everybody, and have a wonderful Monday.